Hello, everyone. It's what's today? Today's Monday, early December. Got some things happening. As you've known, you know, hard red winters bounced about 80 cents since last Monday. Um, Chicago's bounced about 60. White wheat's bounced 20, which isn't much. Just wanted to discuss what looks like going forward here. We really haven't even touched the bulk of the short covering that's got to happen on the wheat contracts. Not even close. I mean, you're talking 20 to 28% open interest depending on the contract, and that is going to take some time to get out of that position. I would expect with the USDA report this coming Friday, I would expect a pullback. You know, Chicago, we're at 620 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we go down to about $6, 5.95, and see what's there. See if the funds want to protect their short position at that time, or if they're wanting out. So it's a pretty important week, but it's not. You know, last week was more important. I thought last week was going to be a critical week, and it was. It went the right way. This week, not so much because of the USDA stuff. That's gonna screw things up. Typically, we sell off in front of those reports, so I don't see any reason why we don't do that again. One of the lost my train of thought here. Sorry, I was trying to make this a real quick update and see if my mind allows it. But you know, we've got more wheat tenders coming. Egypt announced a tender this afternoon, so they're gonna. I didn't get the shipment period when I saw that come out. I forgot to look at that, but so they're going to be shopping. That's going to be a good gauge of the Russian wheat price. Last time they did everything Russian. They did a private tender for 1 million metric tons out of Russia. We'll see what they do this time. That's going to be a good gauge of what the Russians are doing. What else? You know, we talked about the Moroccan business. China's business this morning. You know, it's funny. I wrote about China. I felt like I was going off the deep end there, suggesting they were the ones who had put the futures in such a hole. And then we come in Monday morning and they bought almost 500,000 metric tons of soft red winter. The hard red basis is increasing here in the Northwest. We were 40 cents 2 weeks ago, which is way too low for this time of year. And, you know, it moved up to 50 last week and up to 60 today. So we got basis going up at the same time futures bounced 80 cents. That is not bearish. That's exceptionally good stuff. The one thing we need to note is that China probably bought quite a bit of hard red winter last week. They're probably buying some more today based on that basis. I'm just, you know, pretty much beside myself on that hard red winter. Just, you know, that there's got to be a moment there the market pays attention to what that harvest was, because that was one of the worst harvests they've ever had, and to come in here and think that crop's worth $5 or $6, it's just silly. So, you know, with basis increasing the same time futures rally 80 cents, so we'll see what happens. That, to me, that's good stuff. That's kind of what you hope happens. So otherwise, corn and beans, not much change. They're trying to factor in some rain in the South America. It's models are sketchy. The amounts aren't that great. They look like a lot when you put them out on the 15-day map or something like that, but overall, you're talking 1.5 inches of water, not enough to do a lot of damage to that drought, sandy soil, and the temperature is still high. So that's the Frieda crop. I think they were up to 65% of seed sales. So that's still pretty low. And if the calendar gets stretched on those guys, that's going to be a big story. So that's a coming story, not a today story. So anyhow, yeah, lots of wheat business going on. With that sale this morning, it was the largest that I think that's the largest since I've been in business as far as a one-day wheat sale. You just don't see that. I remember getting excited over some 230,000 ton ones, but this one was 440, all out of the Gulf. That seems strange based on the Panama Canal being shut down to grains, as well as, you got white wheat sitting there. Not much more money for that, and yet that shipping lane is open. I'm wondering if Portland's starting to fill up on capacity a little bit based on their corn and soybean program right now. That may prevent them from offering white wheat at what they want. However, last week we had a 5 million bushel week for white wheat out of Portland, so that's a lot of wheat. If we continue that pace, we're gonna, basis is gonna have to come back up with futures. So it's frustrating right now. Portland acts like they don't want to buy a bunch, yet at the same time they're selling a bunch. So, you got two trains headed to each other pretty quick. So, and you guys thought you'd never use those math equations from grade school with two trains going the same direction, right? Anyway, that's about it for now. So I expect a 30 cent pullback in these things. If to me, this is still a sell and defend market. So if you need cash coming, get those sales on. And then if we get a 30 cent pullback, that's time to buy the calls. I'm still going with the Mays or the Julys. I don't want to buy calls today. If the market just continues straight up the hill, great. I'm sure we've got some product to sell. If we don't, we'll sell next year's. But not at these prices. This is the export. This is the export season, and with China moving as heavily as they are, that's got to send some warnings to all the other importers. They got to be looking at that, saying, you know what, if they're going to buy as much as they're buying, we better get our needs bought. So if this market doesn't back up 20-30 cents like I expect, if it doesn't go down to 580, 590 Chicago, and that $6 mark holds, and we hold through the report, and I would expect, we're going to get into the serious short covering after that. So to clean those shorts out, I would guess, you're looking at $1.80 minimum from the lows. We're up 60 so far, so that'd be another $1.20 to go just to get the shorts close to even. It may take more than that if we continue to have a lot of buying. So that's all I got today. Just wanted to give that to you real quick before dark. I guess it's almost dark. Anyway, hope all's well. Thank you.